Hey Motives, welcome back to another episode of Shades of Tone. I hope you guys are doing well. Such as I've had a wonderful week so far, and I look forward to what's to come. I recently went to Ari Lennox concert. It was amazing. Anybody that knows me knows that I love me some her. Literally, that is all I play on Alexa. It's Ari Lennox on Pandora, and I just love all of the sultry music that her and all of the performers like her have. So that includes her, Sir, Black, Snow Allegra, Sabrina Claudio, Coco Jones. Like I could just keep going on and on. I absolutely love them. To me, they're the new age Lauryn Hill, D'Angelo, Erykah Badu, and all of that stuff. So if you guys are not up on that new R&B sultriness, trust me, go to Pandora, Spotify, and put in Ari Lennox, St. John, or Sir, and you can thank me later. So, as always, I always have a dope quote for you guys, and today it's by Maya Angelou, and it says, "I have learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." And with that being said, today I want to talk about helping yourself first. I've been hearing a lot lately that, people are just sick of, helping others more than they get in return. And we shouldn't necessarily look to help people just because we expect them to help us in return. But it is a wonderful thing when you know that just like a person to call you in an emergency or need your support, not necessarily materialistically, but just a shoulder to cry on and just someone to vent to or whatever, that you could do the same thing with them. And I was talking to one of my homegirls like a week ago. We were out and about, and I was like, you'd be surprised the random people that reach out to me and ask me for the oddest things. Can I use your AAA? Can I borrow $200? And I mean, several people, like in a week's time, ask me these things. And I'm like, who are you? But more importantly, I know we're friends on social media and things like that. And honestly, I'm the type of person that if I truly, really had it and I felt like it at that point, I would. But it's like if we never had a conversation before, if you don't know me from Adam, why would you expect me to just literally open up my wallet and give you something? Not only that, but could I do that with you? Would you be okay if I just randomly became your friend and went in your inbox like, hey, can I borrow $200? So I give it back to you tomorrow. Like, well, sir, it's 11:13 right now. So you're going to give it to me back at midnight? Like, so it just really makes me think. And I try to remain humble. Don't get me wrong. I am clear on what I want to do, where I want to go. And I know that my path is for me. And I know that I help people a lot. I support people a lot in a lot of ways that I know for a fact that they would not return. And as a human, sometimes you fight with that. But I simply help people because I want to help them. But more importantly, it makes me think, where are their people? Where are their people at? Because I know that if I'm in a hard spot, first off, there's two people in the world that I can reach out to at any given time, no matter what it is, and they got me. And I make sure at any given time that, I let them know that I'm grateful for them. Anything that I got is theirs. And I make it a point to always, always reciprocate and pay back or whatever it is that I do because I only have those two people. And I understand that some people don't have anyone. It's just them. So I never want to come off like malicious, but at the end of the day, we also cannot be naive. So with that being said, you have to discern. I usually say do what you feel is right in your heart. And, just try to take care of yourself as much as possible. I actually was a case speaker on Podfest Global, and that will be uploaded on my YouTube channel soon. It's about taking care of yourself and being the best self that you could be, self-caring you. So you're more than welcome to check that out if you'd like. But I noticed that a lot of times when we have people around us, it's all about our environment, and it's not necessarily the physical neighborhood you live in, but the people around you, and when you literally, your whole entire circle is consumed with people, or let's say you're the most successful one out of that group of people, sometimes it gets really lonely because it's like they don't understand certain things about you because that's not that for them. They don't live that lifestyle, or they haven't experienced those things, and that's fine. But I said that to say you also have to make sure that you are actively trying to be involved with a community that fits into what it is that you want to do. So for instance, I try to meet as many podcasters as I can. I try to participate in Podfest Global, Podfest Expo, anything that has to do with podcasting, anything that has to do with coaching. I make sure that I put into myself. I invest into myself by buying courses and resources, just, consistently evolving my niche and making sure that I am, staying on my toes, staying on my P's and my Q's and stuff like that. So my first question is, how many of us pour from an empty cup? Right? And I've said this plenty of times. A lot of the times we just pour, and honey, there's nothing else in there, but if you were sitting here and you had a 32-ounce cup and you poured 31 ounces out of that cup and all you had was an ounce left, and the person or people sitting around you that you done poured all of your ounces into, your 31 ounces, wouldn't give you several ounces so at least all of you could be even, that's the problem. I love to listen to Bible study. I do a plethora of things. So besides spirituality, I still do listen to Bible study and stuff like that. I grew up in the church, all of that stuff. And the pastor was saying he can't stand hookups. A lot of times in the community, everybody wants a hookup. Everybody wants a discount. But when they go into Louis Vuitton, they're not asking for no discount. They're going to pay what it is, or they're going to walk out without it. Right? So if I have a friend that sells t-shirts or jewelry or whatever the case may be, why not help that person out by supporting them? And, this is what you're worth. This is your value. This is the price that you asked for. So I'm going to pay that price, and I'm going to wear your merchandise, or, be open to your services just like I would as if you were a stranger. Why always look for shortcuts just because you know somebody? Why expect that a person should do something for you or be there for you or whatever the case may be, just simply because of who you are? And I mean, not to say that or take away from anybody being less than anybody, but I think twice before, let's say, calling a friend and asking them to borrow $1,000 when I know they couldn't call me and borrow that. Now, granted, there might be a friend that you simply don't have that type of money and they're financially in a better spot. But does that person know that if they were to give you that money, that you would pay them back without a doubt? That's what the difference comes in at. It's a lot of begging ass people out here that always got their hands out or expect something, but they're not trustworthy people. You can't trust that they're going to pay you back. They are not the types of people that are known to manage their money well. They don't have any pride. They'll ask whoever for whatever, and whoever gives it to them is whoever gives it to them, and it doesn't matter to them whether they pay it back or not. And that's why I believe strongly in anything that I give to someone, I cannot expect it in return. I cannot desperately need that in return. If I do, then unfortunately the answer is no, because I can't go around chasing nobody over this or that, because for the most part, folks do not got the same energy when they are paying you back that they had when they were asking you for whatever they needed. So again, it's just discerning and ensuring that you're not consistently pouring from your cup and that cup is not getting refilled, right? It's just like if we're in an airplane and, it's an emergency, they're going to tell me to put the air mask on first before I tend to my child, right? How can I tend to my child and I don't got no air? Give myself the air and then tend to your kids. So you also have to always remember that you need to tend to yourself first, so that you could be at your best for the outside world. And this goes for your family, your friends, and all of that. So it's like, just like our chargers, our electronics. Our electronics are out there. We have to charge it, right? If we physically do not charge our phone, our tablet, our computer, our watch, our AirPods, what happens? It's going to go dead, right? We're not going to be able to use it until we charge it. And a lot of times we do not realize that our bodies are the same way. Helping yourself is the same thing. So it's like if you're sitting here, you have anxiety, you're depressed, you're burnt out, you don't know, like you literally just in a bad space. How much help are you going to be to someone else, right? You don't get adequate sleep. You don't have a good regimen as far as your diet, exercise, all that stuff, but you're still running on fumes, right? So it's just like your car not having gas. You take care of your car, you maintenance your car. Why don't you take care of yourself? Why don't you maintenance yourself? With the same intensity. One of the realest things that I heard lately was the same amount of money that you invest in your car every year that you should invest in yourself. And to me, it's not just like, oh, we'll invest in this class, or no, invest in that trip. Invest in that coach you wanted to have train you personally. Invest in whatever it is that you want. That's a part of working towards your goals and stuff too. But just think about how much more we can give others if we were at 85% instead of, let's say, 50%, right? So when you're consistently running on zero or fumes, you're not going to get far, right? So let's say your car runs out of gas. The radio still works, the car is still on, but where is it going? Nowhere, right? So instead of literally just, walking around being less than what you can be, why not make sure that you try to be the best that you could be every single day? And that is with setting boundaries, with not spreading yourself thin, with declining some invitations, with declining some offers, with declining certain things that people asked of you that you just don't want to do. And sometimes people might think you're acting funny. Sometimes people might think, you're being weird, but I could care less. I take pride in people telling me I'm funny acting, I act weird, I'm a unicorn, I'm silly, I'm this, I'm that, I'm a cornball. Like, I'm all of those things. And I love them so much because it makes me different. All right. I will walk out the house with some orange jeans on, lime green jeans, hot pink, whatever. Like, you can look on my social media. I'm dead ass when I say that. However I feel, that is what I am going to wear. It is a reflection of me. And I could give a damn whether Fashion Week said that lime green was out for the season. It's in for me, boo. And I look damn good wearing it, right? So it's just doing what it is that makes you happy, what fills your cup, what makes you feel at 100%. So with that being said, we talked about pouring from an empty cup. We talked about running on zero. Can we really rely on the folks that rely on us? I know people that I got you, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And it never is done. Never, still not done. You know what I mean? But anytime they ask me for something, it's immediate. So if I say yes, it's happening now, right now, today. Whereas when they offer to do something for me, they'll say a day and I'm just simply holding them to it and it still doesn't come to fruition. And I'm a firm believer of your word is your bond. I know a lot of people. I support a lot of folks And for the most part, people might have different things to say about me, but they can say that I'm very supportive. I'm genuine. I am the friend that is always going to help or, pull up on you real quick or whatever the case may be if I feel like doing so. But for instance, how many folks are going to pull up on me? How many folks can tell that with my silence that something's wrong, right? How close do you really think that you are with the community around you? That if they don't hear from you in 2 days, 3 days, they're like, all right, hold up, I would have heard from her. Now, granted, stuff can happen. I have people that I don't speak to in a month. We're not talking about those folks. We're talking about the folks that literally you could be thinking about them and your phone ring. Or vice versa. You'll be texting and like, oh my God, I was just calling you. Do those people think about you? Do those people have your best interests at heart at all times? Can they feel when you're off? And that's not for everybody, but it does resonate with someone. So just think about those things because, again, I feel as though sometimes when we're around the wrong crowds or circle and we're being pushed out of that, we're going to start noticing things that we didn't notice before because, the universe is telling us that something needs to give, something needs to change. So does your circle genuinely care for you with the same intensity that you care for them? Right? Because I have some friends, they call me. Right now, I'm going to end this recording. I'm going to go check on them. And I know that they would do the same for me. But I also know folks that it's the opposite. I could be there for them and I have to wait days, weeks for them to reciprocate. Not saying that it's needed, but eventually it will alter what you're willing to do for said people because obviously their word is not as important as yours. And I feel as though your word is your bond. I could be sitting in the middle of the street naked with nothing to my name, not a dime, not a penny. But I guarantee you there's people out there that'll put their money on me because they can trust me. They can count on me. They can bet on me. And I'm getting to the point where all I want to do is be around people that I can bet on, that I can count on, that I know without a damn doubt they got me. Because they know without a doubt that I got them. Now, I feel the main thing that boils down to is, whether you feel supported or not. Because some people don't want anything. And I mean, a lot of the times we use stuff like this as distractions because everybody needs something from someone. As humans, we all use each other for something. And I don't mean that negatively, but even in a romantic partnership, woman is using man, man is using woman. It's just a simple fact that they're okay with it. Now, again, I don't mean that negatively, and don't let that go over your head, boys. Shout out to my cousin Skate Saluti. He made a song called that. So I always say it when I trying to express something. Don't let that go over your head, though. You know what I mean? Because there are genuinely people out there for you that don't want nothing in return. They just want genuine people. And in today's time, it's so hard to find loyalty, to find people that truly got your back. We could go back to significant others. Let's go to a single mother, raising a child and, for whatever reason have discrepancies with the father. The father will go all around the world to not speak to that woman because he'd rather not hear her mouth than to actually hear that he needs to do better, which he typically already knows that he should. But you'll reach out to the child. The child is not typically going to tell you, I need clothes, I need food, I need this, I need that. But you're okay with the child suffering because you won't reach out to the adult and make sure the child is okay. And I truly feel like the way that we treat others is a reflection of ourselves. And a lot of times people out here missing their blessings because they treat people shitty as hell. A lot of people don't realize if they did right by others that they would have better stuff come to them in return. It's called karma. Hello, energy, whatever you want to call it. If you're not doing right by your bloodline, your family, your friends, things that you don't know better, you know better. And you choose not to. It's free will. You're choosing not to do better. You're choosing not to support people that you know would literally come and pick you up from a precinct if you got locked up and stuff like that. You could, call them collect. And you wouldn't think twice about possibly helping them with something that's not even as serious. But then again, you could call them collect and ask them to come pick you up from a precinct. You got the game all the way fucked up, And again, back to you feeling supported. If you don't feel supported, because I'm not going to lie, I felt this way sometimes. And it's as simply as me checking myself, me going within, me doing my shadow work. Why do I not feel supported? Is it because I'm over supporting other people? Is it because I'm consistently going out my way to do things for people as a quote unquote people pleaser? Or is it genuine? Because if it's genuine, I should just leave it alone. But with that being said, motherfuckers shouldn't be taking advantage of you either. Now, what I was saying about the community and stuff like that, your community, not the community as in like the neighborhood, that could apply, but the community as your community of friends. Are you the most successful? You sit there and talk about a million ideas, and then they sit there and look at you like you're crazy because they feel like you think you're better than them and all this, all that, because they're not open-minded. They have a fixed mindset, not a growth mindset. You need to change up your circle, baby. I sit in a room with all of my friends, and we literally drawing, writing, freestyling. Somebody on the studio, doing the studio thing upstairs. My homegirl gonna come through after she's done with this reading. My other homegirl just finished the painting. Somebody else making Florida water. Somebody else is, going on the carnival trips. It's a smorgasbord of people doing different things. But even with that being said, if you have one person that is a mechanic, someone else that is a painter, somebody else that is a carpenter, somebody else that sells houses, somebody else that sells cars, why are you not utilizing each other? So if somebody tells me they're looking for a car, why am I not sending them to my friend? If somebody's looking to buy a house, why am I not sending them to that friend? If that person that is the realtor has somebody that needs their house fixed up, why are they not reaching out to the carpenter? Why are they not reaching out to the painter? It's no reason collectively, if you and your group of people and y'all doing what y'all need to be doing for yourselves, whatever y'all paths is, whatever. It doesn't have to be entrepreneurship. It could be towards work or whatever. Because I know plenty of people that have been at jobs for 5, 6, 7 years and hundreds of jobs post, and they won't tell a person, even though they know a person is a great fit, got a great work ethic, all that. Wouldn't tell them because they're afraid that that person might make more money or get a promotion before them. But baby, if you were doing what you had to do, you would have already had that promotion. Don't get me started. So, it's just literally realigning everything around you so that I could work. I've noticed that a lot of people get burnt out and shut down because they figure, I could do it all by myself. I could do it all by myself. You can't. You cannot do everything by yourself. We're human. You are human. I am human. We crave connection. We crave human interaction. So if you have a solid group, a solid squad, tend to be happier. If you could agree to disagree, you call each other on, You're not out here just popping bottles and going to clubs, but I could sit here and cry with you too. You're going to help give me solutions when I'm stuck or in a rut or whatever like that. Are those the type of people that are around you? If not, what can you do to surround yourself with more people like that? There are all kinds of organizations, memberships, a lot of stuff you got to pay for now, but they have corporate happy hours. They have, it's not called corporate associations. It's like business professional associations, young black associations. I think it's like by state and all that stuff. And you literally sign up and they send you lists of meetup places. And you literally go and meet people that have the same interest in the same field as you and all of that. And that's what I started to do. In addition to that, I took up another hobby. I want to skate. I bought skates. I haven't used them yet. I love skating as a kid, so I'm going to get back into skating. So I'll be a part of a little skating team soon. I'll let y'all know about that. But if you love to paint, Start going to paint and sips. Start joining groups on social media that's about painting in your area. Get around other painters. Subscribe to people on YouTube that paint so you can learn new things. Like, we're guaranteed 2 things. And those 2 things are death and life. Now, that space in between it is up to us. And tomorrow is not promised. Are you doing everything that you want to do in your life? So in the event that you were to go tomorrow, knock on wood, you would be okay with that? I want to know. As always, you can drop it in the comments. And you can let me know what you would like to hear with subjects, episodes. Let me know about past episodes. We could circle back, answer questions, all that stuff. But as always, love. To respond to a question, make a suggestion for an episode, to be a guest, or give feedback, reach out to us at info@tonemotivates.com. You can also find us on social media at Tone Motivates on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and at Shades of Tone _podcast on Instagram and Facebook. And as always, you can find us at tonemotivates.com, where all of those links are as well.